great weekend. Don't do what
No,
Ryan
no,
does.
don't do what I do. I just work and work, and then when I'm off, I work on this, and then
Nice. See, I was fishing.
YouTube is where the recording will be posted. It's always there on a YouTube channel.
I was fishing. I caught
You
an
were
awesome
fishing.
fish. The recording is gonna live on YouTube always. And if you're part of our snipers, then obviously we post it in our channels. But if you're not and you're one of the public, it's always on YouTube. Go to youtube.com, go to Furious Snipers LLC. You can watch us live there right now. Or you can catch the recording if you miss it, or if it's some people are joining from Europe. So I'm sure it's very late in some countries. So if you doze off, because I'm boring as hell, can be more boring than ICT though. But if you're fall asleep,
That's
you can
fire.
always catch the recording. Anyway, if anyone is new here, drop the country where you're from, or the city, or you can give me your address. Maybe I'll come visit. I love traveling. A couple of things. Jamaica, man, I've been there. That is
Yeah.
Down River Falls, my favorite place.
Croatia's on my bucket list for sure. That's for sure. Oh,
DWL. What's
Bertram.
DWL?
I already know Bertram's Jamaican.
What is DWL? What does it stand for? On ICT saying DWL. Yeah, I don't know. Hope it's something good. Oh, Dad with laugh. That's a new one. Never heard that. Just be simple, dude. Laugh out loud is I'm an old fart. All right. I don't know all the damn
It's that
acronyms.
patois, man. I know.
Okay. Yeah, that's what he said. Dad would laugh. Yeah, well, that's true, man. The guy is very good. He's you know, it's easier to watch paint dry. Croatia. Never been to Croatia. Yeah, see, there you go. The Burkham was probably like 20 years old. That's why, maybe 16. I don't know. Feel free to show me your faces on video. It always inspires me to see faces. Oh, you're 26, brother. So you're still young. Anyway, but if you don't want to, you don't want to. It's okay. I know some of you personally, so I know what you look like.
Yeah, Jamaica. Is Errol on this call? I don't see him. I need to get
Errol?
over there.
Oh yeah, so we got a student who's Jamaican. All right, couple of things. This Furious Monday is sponsored by Pfizer. No, I'm kidding.
Better not be. I'm gonna smack you.
No. So I just wanted to say that it's not going to be a Furious Monday, unfortunately, next Monday, because I got a 5-year anniversary coming up. I'm gonna be in San Francisco looking at seals and having a good time. So
Yeah.
no Furious Monday next week. We're gonna jump into this thing. If you do want to be part of our squad, reach out to myself or Ryan directly. Not sharing screen. Let me share screen. So our Instagrams at Lord Fury 83. You have it as my nickname there. And Ryan's is Ryan Billenberg, and Instagram for Furious Snipers LLC is the business one. Either one works. Reach out to us if you want to join the squad. A couple of dates are Black Friday coming up on Friday. For those who are not in US, Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving in US. And it's the day of all the sales. So our membership will be dropped 50% on Friday only. January 1st, it's gonna skyrocket. Lots of new things coming. We hope to launch the website January 1st as well. It's a little spoiler alert. We'll see how it goes. We're working hard on that. But yeah. So
just to clarify, 12 midnight Central Time is your, because we're in Texas. So there you go.
Right. So you got an extra hour.
So technically in Europe, it's the 13th, or it's on Saturday.
Yeah. Now, anything we say here is just our opinion. You know, if you don't want to take the trade that we talk about, don't take it. But if you're keeping track, uh, last Monday's GU that I went over could have been a 1 to 25 for each and every one who's on the stream. Just saying. Yeah, so Forex involves risk, so please trade at your own risk. Okay, well, I think we covered everything. So let's go. Oh, all the questions, please put them in the Q&A. It's easier for Ryan or myself to see them and answer them. If you're on YouTube, put them in the comments and we'll get to them. If not right away, then after the stream.
Right.
Okay, so
I'll try to get YouTube questions. I'll try to get them best I can. Sometimes we need visuals, and I'll just shoot those to Yuri. So feel free.
Okay. All right. So so I saw a couple of things. It's funny. I saw a couple of people doing market overviews and sending links, and they're still trading imbalances and everything. And it's like, at first I want to jump at their throat and say, bro, what the fuck are you doing? You're teaching people their own thing. And then I remember that that's where we started too, Ryan. And then I just went down.
I know.
The name of the channel is Furious Snipers LLC.
I'll fire the link in the chat here.
And you want to make sure you switch to live recordings, not uploaded videos, because these are live recordings. Yeah, any questions, by the way, they're now stupid questions as I go, if I go fast, tell me go slow. If you don't know what a candle is, obviously I'll show you the candle. So don't worry, doesn't matter what level you're in when you're tuning in. I'm not expecting everyone to be an elite sniper here. So I just wanted to say, guys, like, if you are not, at the very least, if you're not consistently profitable, do everyone a favor and don't do public calls teaching the people their own thing, no matter how much you want to. If you are, I don't care if you're trading support and resistance, which I made a post about on Instagram. Oh, buy it doesn't work. But if it works for you and you're consistently profitable, by all means, teach people how to do that your way if it works for you. Right? I'm not here to bash on any strategy or any whatever. I'm just here to give you my perspective. But you can, if you have the discipline, you could possibly win with just flipping a coin strategy, if that's what you want. Here's what we do, right? We always ask these 4 questions. I wrote them out. I don't know what's going on the screen. What is the higher time frame doing? Where the banks get in? Where's retail? Where's liquidity? If you have the answer to these questions, there should be no reason why you guys are not profitable. So let's go. Let's talk about what happened on gold. Gold was at beauty. And if you're one of the people like my student Dominic, I'm pointing finger, I don't know if he's on the stream, then you got yourself, enough money to buy 5 NFTs on the pre-sale, if you're into that. So this gold was pretty awesome. So on the daily, what are we doing? Like, we talked about this. I talked about how we last week that this is where we had it, that I think on daily that we're going to this extreme. Why? Because everyone was trying to sell gold over here because this is their resistance. And of course, they look for the high, the closest swing high or anything on smaller time frames, and they get all rocked. They took out their money, right? If you look at the daily, we see that when this high got created, most people will see something like this and say high, low, lower high, and then you would expect it to go lower low, but we failed, right? We just came here, and this is we bounced off this demand level and didn't have enough juice. So if we don't have enough juice, we need to take liquidity to come down. So we took this liquidity, but I don't think it was enough. I really don't think it was enough because we are in inflation. stocks are going to be in a dump November, soon. So I think gold will be going higher, taking this out and then coming here and then finally crashing through this. That's my story, sticking to it. That's what I see. So how could you have gotten into the sell? Well, you should have seen this liquidity level, and you see the last point of supply right above the imbalance is right here, right? So you see this wick right here, right? When you see the wick, you should question yourself. If you're not doing it already, you should question why this wick happened here. Like, this is daily, so it bounced off something, right? So there was pressure here from this demand level, from this order block, and we had a reaction. And we came back and then we dropped, right? Where did that drop happen? Right there. Ah, Jesus. Right there, right? So if I make a box around it, all the way to that imbalance here, it's somewhere there. So does that mean I on the daily, marked up the area and just put a sell limit? No, that doesn't mean that. It means that when the price gets in the area, you start monitoring the price. So if we go to smaller time frame here, last week, actually it wasn't last week, it was the week before that, we created this range. You see how we bounce and then we stay in this range. So then we slowly make a higher low and a higher low, breaking the structure. Why did we do all this, right? So we did this to, we took out the sellers, we induced the buyers here, then we slammed down, and most people buy, using simple structure, low to the high. Then, we perfectly came here. So you could have entered this buy. Wait, let me see. That's exactly where I entered on a Tuesday, right? Tuesday, yes. So Tuesday, I was entering this buy, and my profit was exactly in there. Why? Because this is the last point liquidity, and that's the Quasimodo model, box model, whatever. So I was expecting a reaction here. Now, I didn't know necessarily that we're going to necessarily that we're just gonna, fly like we're doing right now. But if you look at what exactly happened and how we trade, let's go to 5 minutes and everything will be clear. So
before you do that, Yuri, you could, because it's actually a perfect scenario of those 4 questions, break down each one of those and why, because it's almost self-explanatory. You know what I mean? So I think it'd be really beneficial before you drop into, down low.
Wait, what would be beneficial?
Well, if you go through each one of those questions, like what is the overall market doing, and then
right. So we just looked at higher time frame, right? That we know what higher time frame is doing, and we knew the liquidity was sitting above this high because everybody thinks that is the resistance, right? So we take out, we come here and violently go up and then consolidate. But here's where the AMD model comes in, right? Now, this is where it gets confusing. So this is me, right? I'm being 100% transparent. You see this range, then you see the manipulation to the downside, right? Then we see the break to break a structure to the upside. So you, like me, would think you need to buy here because we're going higher. So of course you can buy here. But what happens afterwards gives you, I want to sell higher, but looks like it reacted off of 1877. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can say that, but you predicting the top is nothing more than gambling. So like, you can say that in hindsight, but just like you said, you wanted to sell higher, but you wouldn't know. So just like, I can't say that you would know, right? So here, at least at this point, when we did a manipulation, so accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and then mitigation is here. We have a reaction, we come up, we mitigate from this candle here, and then what happens? We slam down, right? So one entry could have been from a higher time frame, and as I said, in the box model. But here's the thing: if you want to be a sniper and you want to go by a protocol and you want to be disciplined, this is all you got to do. You see, there's two. Well, first of all, Michael, fuck, what is wrong with you today? I'm drunk or something. Market has cycles, right? So the smaller cycle is here, right? So once we bounce here from this demand, come up, mitigate this candle and slam down, we break through this. What is that? This is what Mike Azevedo calls slingshot candle. This is the order block from which the manipulation up happened, right? So that was the key to this bullishness. Once we broke this order block, there's only two places that market always comes to. What are they? Exchange and extreme. So where is the exchange, right? So I already said this was the demand. So if you look, this wick here, comes all the way here. That's the reaction from the demand level. Then we come down, come up and down, right? So last candle engulf with imbalance is here. That right there is your supply. What was demand turned into supply. So you can enter, once we broke here, you can enter from supply or from extreme, which is here. Now we come to the model of the cycle, which is break, retest, break a structure, take out the retest before coming down. And you, Jesus, sorry. And you might say, well, Yuri, what the fuck? Like it didn't come up here. And I'm gonna say patience is a virtue. The very next day, what does the market do? Bounces off some demand here, takes out the retest and comes straight into, applause please, or like drum roll. The last point of supply, aka extreme. You can see this move up before going down, right into here, right into this level. So the perfect sell for a patient sniper, smart money trader would enter right here. Now let's say for a second, where's my tools? One second. My desktop. Right, but let's say for a second you didn't get in. What do? You look for an order flow in the smaller time frame right here. Let's see, same thing. The low, the high. Market bounces from the demand, fails to make a higher high, takes out the last demand level, last order block right here. Market can only come to two places. Place number one, exchange. Place number two, extreme. Market comes to the exchange. Here's that same model again. Holy shit, as if it was an algorithm. Break, retest, break structure, take out the retest into the extreme and go. Second entry. Right here. Holy shit, it's so easy, a caveman can do it. I mean, it's right there. It's the same thing again and again and again. It happened here. Now it's happening here. It's happening here again. Okay, so second entry, right? Today, all this time passed and all these pips in profit. I mean, freaking no, it's like, what, like 300 pips or something? Yeah. Over here, lots of people this morning were trying to buy gold. And they say some shit like, oh, look, this is accumulation on some. Once again, what is higher time frame doing? Okay, so we're looking at the higher time frame, and all this shenanigans that I just showed, all this is coming up, creating liquidity, right? The lows are intact while we keep breaking the highs. So, everything about Wyckoff distribution should tell you this is distributing, right? So what do people do? They look at structure first and foremost. They say, look at this order block, this low to this high. I'm going to try to buy here. You see this purple color? That means one thing and one thing only. This is a trap. This is the easiest trap to do for beginner smart money traders. How do you avoid the trap? There is a couple of ways to avoid the trap. Number one, with the fib from the true low to the top. Is this below 50%? No, it's not. And why the fuck would institutions buy above 50%? They want discount. They want mitigation from where the banks got in. Where did the banks get in? Well, I see two places. The exchange and the extreme, which you can see with the green markups here, which is where I think the market should bounce. And I already bought right here. Why did I buy right there? Because that's the exchange. That's the last unmitigated order block underneath all of the liquidity at retail 61.8%, which does work a lot of times, especially in the higher time frame. Even if I'm wrong in the long term, it's going to have a reaction. So this is going forward, right? This is what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the market to come up here to the area where the trap occurred, because there is still an order block there and unmitigated stuff. So when market breaks it, it will always come back there from the other side. Could come back here, could come back to the extreme in this case here before coming to this extreme for a buy. Okay, so that's the future, right? We want to see what market does here. If you're in a buy, perfect. And then you want to cut, take profit here and put stop loss and profit for sure. Possibly hedge a sell and be prepared for an order flow shift on the buy side over here when it gets there. That extreme is where FOMC occurred. This one, or are you talking about this? I'm not sure. If this is where it occurred, that's great, right? So now let's talk about this. Today, how I got into this trade might look weird. It wasn't weird.
Can I add something real fast?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so one thing to really understand, guys, is what's actually happening at the exchange point. It's one thing to kind of just say, label it as something. But really what's going on is that's where the market has decided that it's going to shift it in another direction. So that was an area that was a strong order block before. That's one of the reasons why support resistance traders actually can make money sometimes, because sometimes they're right. It's right about where an exchange point is. So think about how much momentum was taken from that area. If the market shifted really violently, many times that exchange point is going to be a little more important than if it was just like a small little blip. So also look how the market pushed through it. It didn't even act like it was there. So therefore, Yuri says it's all 99.9% of the time it's coming back, and you can get on the other side of the market. But really, that's one thing that it's going to be a telltale to not get into a buy right there, because you're going to get smoked.
Yep. Exactly. Now, also, when the market, okay, if you're one of the people that got trapped here, I'm not laughing at you. It happens to the best of us. If you're one of the people that got trapped over here, what could prevent that besides the fib and understanding that it's above 50%, you don't want to buy? The question of where the retail sits. So if you look over here, this line where I put, right? This is where everybody in the world was thinking this is resistance, right? So if that is resistance, on the other side of it is support, right? That's what people say. You break and retest and go, right? So retail was trying to buy at that same place. They're putting buy limits because this is the place where they got used to it being resistance. Now, if you're retail and you're buying here, maybe you're buying higher, right? If you're one of those people, where is your stop loss? It's here. So if you know that your stop loss is going to be here, then as a smart money trader, you should say, okay, this is incredibly dangerous. I shouldn't be getting in where most people putting stop loss. It's a little bit below where retail is, but it's still pretty shitty entry. So there's just a couple of things to keep you out of trouble, right? And last but not least, in the places of exchange, you should never get in, just like Mike. You can call it a slingshot candle, the candle that broke the structure, right? You should never buy from that candle unless there is A, order flow shift, something like this, or B, AMD, aka Wyckoff accumulation, right? So that's the only way you would buy from here. But understanding just that where you are in the market should keep you away from buying in places like this. Aside from the fact that I can look at it from a mile and be like, I know where people are buying. Like that's 100% where people are going to start buying. It's too obvious. It's too obvious. That means everybody's doing it. So you don't want to get in where everybody's doing it. All right. So I hope that helped a little bit, some perspective. And okay, so this is exactly where we should be buying here and here. So I think from here, it's going to do some range, come into this exchange or sorry, this extreme or this exchange, and then come down to this extreme on the buy side, and then finally go up to take out the high on the daily, which is this one, into the extreme before coming through all of this level. So this move up when it reaches this. So this week I'm bearish on gold. But when it reaches here, maybe Friday, it starts pushing up. I don't know. I think the rest of the month, well, it's a short month because of holiday, Thanksgiving, all that stuff. And the rest of December, we're gonna be bullish, right? And then all of January and like end of December and January, we should be dropping like crazy. And then starting February, starting to grow possibly. That's seasonality wise because I know gold, but price action is key first and foremost. I am in a gold buy right here where I showed. It's a small position because the time matters, and I don't trade Monday, part of my trading plan. So it was just too good because I wanted to test my theory. So I have what's called research trades, which are tiny trades. I don't consider them really trades, but I'm in this gold buy just for the hell of it, just to see what happens with it. I did get in a sell here and got 2% today, which is not bad. But and then I got into a buy. It was very late. It's like 2 o'clock or something. Yeah, 2 o'clock. So like I said, it's a small position. I'm not really thinking about too much. I would love for it to come up here into this exchange here and get in more sells.
Beautiful hedge. Yeah.
And then hold it all the way to here. I'm really buying at like 1780 level, 1775, somewhere there. But again, I need to see confirmations, which is order flow shift in that case, or reaction and manipulation of orders in order to get in. Okay, so now we got what else? Monday, I got GJ. Okay, Monday was GJ.
Guys,
GJ.
Research positions are great if you have a decent size account, because what it does, it's kind of like scratch the itch you can't scratch because you want to get into a trade, and it's probably more like a tenth of a position, so it's really not going to affect your account, but you can actually get that that little bit of a rush from trading. I guess it's like a snack, and so also you could test out theories. It's very very beneficial.
All right, so GJ was a perfect Wyckoff schematic on that ended on Friday. I think it was 15 minutes maybe. And then on Monday, perfect. I think I already went over this because this was this was before our Furious Monday. Yeah, it was. So essentially, again, the same model, right? Break, retest, break a structure, take out all the liquidity and the retest, and into the last and mitigate order block, buy. Boom. Easy buy. You could have done all of this again. Then here, this was interesting. Once again, same thing. Low to the high. Bounce, fail to break the high, take out the order block, come into the extreme, and boom, we got in the sell, right? Then for everyone, I have shared this, and I have a student who is European, so she's probably sleeping, but she got into this trade. I don't know. Well, she was she got in on here on the tip, but I had my orders all the way stacked up here, and the motherfucker didn't reach it. So, but it was, perfect once again. Break, retest, take structure, come up in a, what's it called? Pullback, complex pullback into the IFC and drop. Like this drop on GJ, again, like this is what doubles accounts. I mean, it was absolutely insane. It's like 200 pips. 200 pip drop in London, which is why I missed this. But 200 pip drop in 5-6 hours. It's just unbelievable. If you have this whole thing, it's still at like a 1 to 8, probably 1 to 9. If you have a small stop loss, this can double your account. Cool. Now what are we doing on GJ right now is the question. All right. So let's look. I believe we're going to be still bearish. We're sitting in this stupid range, right? So we had this accumulation that's going to turn into redistribution most likely. So we're in the middle of the range, which I stay away from. You see this low. We're having problems. We did this and we broke, so we're having problems coming up. So I'm thinking this is the weak low, and we're gonna take this low out into this extreme. This exchange or this extreme. So just like with gold, it's very similar. I'm waiting when it gets to 150, 150. I'm waiting till it gets to 150 even. These are two levels that I'll be monitoring, looking for the shift. I do not want to play anything here. If you also, this is looking very juicy. I think it's very possible we're gonna come fill this imbalance in, have a bounce from this accumulation, continuing our complex pullback over here, continuing this thing, taking out the high, this high that I think is inducement. I don't think it did come to my area which I wanted. So it could possibly take out all of this into the exchange that was created earlier, because I do think this is where actually the banks dropped it. Here's the exchange, here's the extreme. So that would be perfect if we come into one of these two higher areas. So we're just gonna keep doing this, I think, and then take this out into the exchange and then drop lower. Or this is gonna come here and come higher to the extreme after a little bit pullback. So this is one of the two scenarios that I'm thinking, like this, right? I don't like predicting the market. I like watching price action and seeing what London does to Asia before I trade New York. But this is what I'd be looking for: selling here, or buying from there, or buying from here. there is a possibility. I saw some charts that it could react from this area. My problem with this is the question that I always ask, which is where the retail is. And to me, the retail is sitting right here. Especially if they do this with the market over here, it's too close to this so-called IFC, not to mention that the inducement, the whole liquidity inducement theorem says this: if this lower high did not take out the lowest low over here, that was the early sell, and the real sell happens higher. And I can see how all of this is a beautiful trap for smart money, and they, meaning the banks, actually got in right here, because once again, this was the demand. They created this high. This was the bounce, the exchange, and drop. So the banks got in here, not all of this mambo jumbo. And to me, all of this is a trap, and we're coming higher. So I'd be very careful trying to get in here, because I see people giving out trades right here. So the only way to get in here from the order flow shift on smaller time frame, but that's not a high probability trade for me. Not to mention that a fib never lies, and you go from the fib to the low where it's at right there. I guess we are higher, but we already bounced from 61.8, so now it's time to get a real discount of 75 and stuff and higher. So overall, still bullish. Higher time frame, still bullish. Banks got in here. Retail traders still in here. Liquidity still here and here. So that's the areas where I'll be looking from. Okay. Tuesday, I did GU. Beautiful trade. Oh man, that was 9 p.m. last week. That was the best trade of the week for me. That was the most beautiful thing, kind of like Picasso. And it was a buy and then a sell, and everything was just perfect, like picture perfect. So it's already charted up, so I don't have to chart it and spend too much. Essentially, there was a range here and then manipulation order flow shift that I did on Friday, which I discussed last time. And then this trade was given out on last Monday, just like this. So we were here when the Furious Monday was, we were doing, I think was like right here. And I was saying that we're sitting in this range between this line and this line. And what I'm expecting is this. Once again, break, retest, take out structure, then take out all of this liquidity into the last unmitigated order block that sits under liquidity. You know, while people will try to buy in here and here because they see this as break of structure, we see this as break and retest and early buyers inducement, and then come back into here. So it played out perfectly. A couple of people on my team missed it by a few pips. I got in. Some people got in on one account and get in on the prop trading, whatever. But it never came back. Like it literally never came back. It just skyrocketed, kind of came back here, but not really. But it was 9 p.m., you know, I was sleeping through all this. I woke up, it was already in freaking Vegas. Like this is where I took profit here. And then this perfect AMD order flow shift, you know, you can't wish for anything else. Once again, low to the high. One cycle and second cycle, man, you could freaking snipe this all day. So manipulation, distribution, liquidity, mitigation, drop. Right? So accumulation, manipulation, distribution, liquidity, mitigation. But even if you got into here and thought this was mitigation, that's fine. Your stop loss should be fine if you don't put stop loss into profit right away. If you just keep it above that high over there, you should be fine even with that liquidity grab. So this was just a beautiful manipulation scenario, and yeah, and super drop on Friday, super Friday, right? I didn't see this. I played, like I said, I played this Tuesday night for the buy, not for the sell. I actually had a perfect week until Friday, where gold did a number on me, but that's a different story. So Friday was a break-even day because of gold. Some bullshit that happened. I don't even remember. Oh, I remember. There was an order flow shift in small time frame to the upside, and then it dropped like crazy and smoked me. No big deal. After 14% win, 1% loss, I ended up the week with 13%. Yeah, 13% last week. Another trade was USD CAD on Thursday. USD CAD on Thursday. Oh yeah, I don't know why I erased it already. It was actually this sell that I got into. And it was also an order flow shift. But I basically, actually it wasn't order flow shift. I just saw this AMB and I thought we're going to take out this side and then go all the way into here before coming up. And I ended up taking partials and then next morning waking up to break even, taken out after partials were taken here. So it was a sell to buy, but it didn't work out because it didn't reach my destination. Right? I thought it's going to clean up. It just kept pushing. So simply said, USD CAD is super bullish. So when you look at this type of stuff, the last thing in your head should be, I need to sell this. But do you but isn't it bearish? No, it's not. It's shifted on like daily over here. So we've been bullish, taking out some liquidity, and now we're just charging. So, and I don't see any kind of imbalance, not, price that's delivered inaccurately or anything anywhere here. So this is the week high to me. That is a target. So all you need to be thinking about UCAD is where can I buy? And then we come here and what I see, at least for now, is a perfect trap. The same trap that we saw on gold was right here, right? Same trap because this was the resistance and now this is support, right? This is where people were selling. They were selling, they were selling, they were selling, right? And then they got smoked. So now they're going to be buying. Smart money people will be like, hey, high, low, high. That's, that's where I buy. But some people will be buying over here on a smaller time frame. And this wick is like saying, please take me. Please, God, take me out. So that to me is a perfect trap. That to me is a perfect trap. So once we take them out, this is a perfect buy, right? If that doesn't work out, this is the second buy. So I need an order flow shift here on like 5 minute, and or you can do a buy limit. You can do 50% of this black candle, or sorry, white, white candle, or 80% of this white candle, and go from there. If that's how you trade, you can just say, you know what, this is whole demand area that is still holding, that isn't mitigated. So you can just buy from that, or so order flow shift here or a buy limit here looks perfect on USD CAD to continue up. Yep, let's go through. Yeah, that's all the trades that I took. That is it. Oh, I took a small EU that was the opposite of the sell to buy on USD CAD. It was the buy to sell. That also did a partial, and that was it. Yeah. So let's just go over US 100, and then after that we'll go through CAD GPI, Michael. Do I have minimum R&R?
Anything that has
go ahead, sorry.
So anything that has the loonie right now, you need to sell it. because the Canadian loonie is really, really weak.
Well, there you go, the fundamentals.
Because oil is taking a dump, and again, 22%. And also, right now, the end of the year is when the financials settle up. Therefore, they're going to be selling their positions. Therefore, it's going to look like they're taking it up too. So,
Cubs, are you still on the stream? Cubs, are you still on the stream? I can't see the chat. I can't see the people.
No.
Maybe because I'm sharing the screen. I can't see the list of participants. What I'm saying.
Okay. But it also makes sense right now. Just further into fundamental real quick. Seasonality wise, this is the time of year where retail. I'm not talking about retail traders. I'm talking about retail sales. Is when everybody's purchasing for Christmas and things like that. So that's also going to be always on the rise this time of year. And to further that with the stuff that Biden's doing with the inflation, it's not getting any better there. So dollar should be going up for quite a while.
Yeah, dollar is going to be strong. And I heard someone's like, "Oh, dollar is going to shit." I'm like, bro, I don't know what your chart you're looking at. If you look at the damn DXY, the last thing I'm thinking when I see this chart is dollar is weak. Like dollar is going to the 100 level, guys. I wanted to show this earlier. Euro USD is directly opposite of this. So you know that euro is going to be weak. You know that euro pairs are going to be weak. You know that dollar is coming here. And euro is going to shit. Euro USD.
Yeah, right now it's at the exchange point
George.
For COVID.
George, man, that's my number, dude. You know that. Yeah, 111 eventually. At some point in its life. Probably not this year. Maybe not next year. As far as do I have a minimum R&R? My minimum. So this is. I don't. I do not. That's the short answer. My average return is 10, 1 to 10. That just seems to be the most prevalent since I started to just give in a little bit more. I stopped trying to catch up to Reem, if you know who that is. Who the fuck? That dude has like 1.5 stop loss, and I just started getting hit, stopped out a lot. So I started doing stop loss 3 to 7 pips, and with that, it reduced my risk to reward to about 1 to 10 on average. But however, and I risk about 0.5% per trade. But a lot of trades hit 1 to 2 and then break even, because I do the twin trading, but I'm not sure. And a lot of trades that do work out go to 1 to 25 as well. So, and because of prop trading, the way they're set up, you can't hold, and my Forex funds as well, you can't hold the trades past Friday. They want you to close them. And so, it used to, if you hold trades longer than a week, you can go 1 to 50 and stuff. But my average is 1 to 10, and my big ones like GU is 1 to 20, 1 to 25. But the reality is you're gonna get, if you trade like this, there's no way you should be getting less than 1 to 5 every single trade. Like that's an absolute minimum, I guess. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure. No, so it does if you're on the challenge, it will let you do that, but not when you trade for real. When you get the sponsored account, they don't let you do it. Right? They don't let you hold over the weekend. I might be confused, man. Because I trade multiple accounts and I trade my FF and I trade prop trading, and they kind of go hand in hand. Yeah, they evaluate. Yeah, but not the accelerated account, George. The accelerated account, because they take the risk, they don't let you hold 100%. I know that 100% because, I have my payout set up and everything. I asked them many times. And my FF 100% accelerate. I never did the challenge. Yeah, I have an accelerated account phase 3, on my FF, and I have the prop trading account as far as the valuation is concerned. So anyway, so US dollar is going up. Let's go to CAD JPY. Someone asked CAD JPY. Oh wait, I was gonna do US 100 real fast. US 100. Boom, boom, boom. US 100. Where you at? Yeah. So the damn mother effer went all the way up, and then today it just died. I don't trade Monday, which I'm glad I didn't, because I would have gotten smoked over here. Probably. But you know, I'm waiting way lower. Like I said, it's dump member, so it's time to dump. It's time to dump. This would have been an easy trade on this exchange here. Yeah. Same thing we always say, you know, if it dumps, it comes back up. Sheesh, that is crazy. This is what I'm talking about, like here. People trying to buy it here, smokes it, comes from the other side, taps it, goes. Just perfect drop base drop on 5 minutes. If you look higher time frame, we got the very nasty looking AMD.
Ray, absolutely not. No, don't even go there. Not December. It's the worst time of the year, other than June, to do that.
Yeah, Ray, I would wait. Ryan is right. Just because holidays and a ton of shit is like literally this is what you might see, like price action like this, and then just dump from nowhere, and then again price like this,
yeah,
and then go in here or here, you have no idea. So it's just it's still possible to trade. I'm still gonna trade. But challenge wise, I would start mid-January. After the 13th, 14th, that's what I would start. If you want to do the challenge from the beginning. But there's opportunities every day. So
I would wait till the second Monday after the year. Yeah.
So I'm absolutely not interested in buying NASDAQ until it comes to probably all the way to here. Taking out everything in its way. All of this. So the 16,000 even level, little bit 16,050 sounds like a plan as the first where I want to buy. So right now I just want to keep selling NASDAQ. We'll see what it does. Again, right now, very clean. Here, it should be purple. Very clean here and very clean here. You're welcome. So those are two areas where I'd be looking for order flow shift or a sell limit of some kind. There's a ton of unmitigated stuff here, so it could come all the way higher because NASDAQ loves craziness like this, which, you know, could happen. So actually, I don't like this one. I would say I like this better. So either here or all the way over there. But we'll see. We'll need to see what price action does. Because you can't, I mean, this is just me guessing, but this is the last point of supply at this point. But then if it breaks through this, again, this is where retail is trying to sell, which we are retail in that case. And then that's where they will try to put stop loss. So if it breaks through the supply, it's stupid to sell here because it's going to go right through it and come higher. So this or that. Okay, and then CAD JPY. Let's go CAD JPY. Okay, CAD JPY. It's pretty similar. I have no idea what all this is. Cat JPY. Gotta go for weekly for this one. Oh yeah, so we took out. Did not. But we're going to. Yeah, super bullish. Just like what was the one? GJ? We're still super bullish kind of thing. Yen has been weak temporarily. So yeah, I wouldn't sell it. I wouldn't sell it just yet. Ugh, I don't like selling it at all, to be honest. So this is the exchange point, right? That's where the support and resistance. So everybody's selling this motherfucker. And if they're selling, you know, there's some crazy people that would put stop losses here. So like literally that is where I would sell it from. On the weekly perspective. That's a weekly perspective. So that's, you know, years from now. So just got to find a buy. Okay, so I like this area right here. I like this area right here. For a buy. Why this area? Well, because I see this wick and I hate wicks. I would even argue this right there. So clean all of that. It might bounce and come higher. Even better. Whatever it does, like this is where I'd be buying if I was trading CAD JPY. Because we haven't taken it out yet even. But this is the low, this is the high. You know, we could take this out. Once we take out the external liquidity on daily, we have permission to come back. So it could come down, come up there, take structure, then it will come down and then go. But you know, you can't sell from here because structure is bullish, order flow is bullish. You can't really sell from the daily perspective in here anything, and you can't buy because you're not in a discount area. So let's go to 1 hour real fast. What's going on with 1 hour? Man, this is a slow pair. Okay, okay, go took this out. Yeah, so right now. Yeah, right now I would wait. You are like in the middle of everything. Yeah,
Okay,
I
Rich.
would look here. I would look for a sell over here. I would look for a sell to continue moving down to the buy area. Because you know, we're far from the buy area still. We got all the buyers on board. Now we're just coming back. This is not even 50%. To take 50% is here. So you got at least towards here to sell it easily, which is like 138 pips from the current place. But this looks a lot like what I've been showing all day today. Break, retest, take it out, then come here, then come down lower to the buy area. So something like that. But this price action is shit, like complete shit. So doing something here is gambling. This could easily take this out, especially if it does this. You could easily take this out and then come down. So you need to look for AMD. You can't just do anything, but you see current, even current mini range is this, and you literally right in the middle of this. You need to figure out what's weak, what's strong, and this wick is weak for me. So if we come up in this case, if we come up like this, I want you to look for a high, a low, a failed high, a broken, this low that made a high, and then a mitigation down.
I like that a lot. You know, I'm just looking at it on the other screen here, and it just looks like, yeah, it's a perfect spot for a trap right below. So definitely the higher level to take that sell off of.
Yeah,
You know?
I really dislike anything right here.
Right. I do. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, because look at, again, where is retail? Retail is literally where
Right.
we are, right? So they're trying to sell this. They're trying to sell, and this is the only place where you can put a stop loss. So it to me, it's gonna come up here, shift, and then go down. Does that make sense? Bye, Ray. Bye. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Whoever asked about CapJPY.
Then also I'm looking at like just the Canadian index as well. It looks like it's a spot where it might have a reaction and stuff. So
Does that make sense, Michael? Are you still on the stream? Yeah, there you go. Yep. So this is what I'd be looking if I do CapJPY, but I don't. Any other pairs, guys? Any other pairs, crypto or anything? Crypto is dump member for crypto as well, so don't fucking buy right now. I mean, like, why the fuck would you buy? I told you last week and the week before, it was a beautiful, by the way, again, like this, I can't lie, guys. This was last week, Monday, and then today again, a beautiful entry. Like, this was easy, right? High, low, higher, high. Oh, yeah. Bounce, did nothing, drop, base drop, taking this out into exchange or into extreme, came to exchange, dropped. Here we had the same fucking thing this morning. This morning, guys. Low that made the high, the takeout of the low back into the extreme. It didn't even react out of this motherfucker. So you could have sold easily from here.
It was quiet today.
Can you take a look at my markup on AU? Mo.
Hey, you. It's like Italians in New York. Hey, you.
AU. Okay, so what's your markup? I'm not sure what you're looking for. Buy at the daily institutional candle. So close. So because it came close, but it didn't get there yet. Daily institutional candle. Okay, let me look. Probably not. Probably don't like it, but let me see. Just because dollar is all I gotta say. Just because dollar is so fucking bullish that I don't like the AU. So yeah, no. Absolutely not. This is where you buy AU. This is where you buy AU. Period. Reshort is better. I like reshort. Well, on daily from here for sure. I like reshort, but let me see. So we have not taken out any significant structure. We're just sucking in the buyers, sucking in the buyers, sucking in the buyers slowly. And it could react. I just don't see like I mean, maybe this, but I would be very careful with that. But yeah, I don't like it because we did take out the high here. So, yeah, I just think it's gonna come through and clean this.
Until it gives you a reason. I mean, like it's just not enough information. It's just melting. That's it.
Yeah,
Slowly
like
melting.
there's no buy here at all. Because look at here. Look at 4 hours a little bit clear. Everything's clean here. Like this was the manipulation, granted, great. But then we came here, mitigated, and went up, and we're already past this point here. We already took this out. This is just liquidity. There's nothing to stop the price. Nothing at all. So buying here makes no sense at all. Just because this is low that made the high, well, shit, it's still this low too.
It's kind of like making the mistake of using trend lines and moving them to fit your chart. You know, it's kind of the same mentality. There's no real reason for it.
If you have an order flow shift here, it's possible. If you have an order flow shift. So if this slowdown, you know, does something like take out liquidity, come up to the other side, then yeah, you know, you can do this. But if it doesn't happen, so the last little down leg on AU looks like ending diagonal. Last little down leg. Yeah, exactly. So like at least here, this looks like it needs to come here, but I don't see anything clean. That's my problem. So if it shifts, like I said, it's possible, but it's the fact that if I ask myself where the bank got in, and if you look at this explosion that happened here, no, this is iffy. This could work maybe, but not a buy limit, but you know, this could possibly turn around here after taking out this low. But you know, I'm not willing to bet on this, but it's possible. All I know is if this got taken out, like there's no point of buying anywhere here because that's already mitigated clean, so there's no point. Now re-entering or sell. Besides like daily 4 hour, 1 hour, everything matches here, but right now we got this as the last order block on 4 hour is here, right? This one here is where your sell is for a resell on 4 hours. So let's look at 1 hour. See, clean, I need clean. Nope, all of that is clean already. Okay, so let me come here. Yeah, okay. So this is where I would sell it if I were you. This is where I'd be looking to re-enter for a sell right there. Because most people will be looking right here. It could happen. Depends what the price does here. See this wick? If price does something like this, where it comes here and starts stalling right there, then it's actually really good to try a sell here. The Quasimodo model. But if price does this, like that, then that is a target and it's gonna come to here. Make sense? I can't say that name, but have a good day. Gato Kurwa Junior. Yep. So if it stalls here, then the AMD should be coming up into this. But if it keeps moving up, then the resell would be from here. Right. I can see that like 1 minute probably had an order flow ship over here.
You were close, brother. I don't know. Are you being sarcastic? No, I'm teasing. Obviously sarcastic.
Then
There's no way I was close. There's no way that was close.
You give me not enough credit, dude. I'm very good at pronouncing Japanese names.
Hey, I should. You're from the land of crazy last names too.
True. Not crazy. Yeah, this is interesting. Oh, okay, I see this. That's a name. Mini AMD. Okay. Nah, I wouldn't have gotten into it. Peter probably would. He likes these.
Awesome. Take care, buddy.
Parents nice. Awesome. All right. So yeah. So I would wait for the sell here. Like I said, if it you know, there's still, you know, it's not a very fast pair. So definitely wait till it takes out this range. It will, for sure. So when it takes it out, see if we're stalled first and then come into this candle here, or if it just, you know, comes down and then starts ripping up, then it'll come a little bit higher. But overall, we're definitely still very bullish or bearish. Sorry, definitely still very bearish until this low taken out. Yeah. Yeah, no, on 1 minute there, it's not clean. You're right. Like schematic or AMD, I can see it, but I can't. Like it's compression here, and then we got change of character, whatever you want to call this, but like accumulation. You know, you have
that's kind of reaching.
Yeah. But then the break is all the way here, but it only comes here, so it's not like, it's very hard to get in this somehow. It's very choppy, incredibly choppy, like, and because of the time, right? Time makes sense. Like if this is your change of character and this is your whatever selling climax and AR and ST, then where's the rest of the schematic? So if it's on the smaller time frame, you can argue that's the STB, but then we don't have a, yeah, it's garbage. Like I don't know how to mark this up at all. Which is why I don't do stupid schematics. But even AMD is not clean here. It's just, which also tells you that it's going to keep going down. It also tells you it's going to keep moving down because, you know, whatever the fuck that is. Probably something like this. But that one was cleaner. That one was cleaner. But also weird. Okay. So that was that one. Audio SD. I would wait for a sell here or here. Preferring the top one, but looking for this one. And Euro USD, like I said, DXY is super bullish, like crazy. So similar story as in AU, but it's just like Euro USD has been so weak for freaking weeks. I highly doubt it's gonna reverse like crazy. But yeah, I like literally wanted to somehow jump into here. Get rid of all this, jump into the extreme here and then down. But it's not clean. Like there's nothing on it for me today or last week. This I don't know if it hurt anyone, but it just kept coming up, then did something weird here and just died. Like, how do you trade? Like, I don't know how you trade this. You just don't. That's why you don't trade the same pair every day. You don't trade many pairs, but you know, if you're confused, get the fuck out from the pair and go to a different pair. Go trade different pair is my advice. If it's not clean, if you don't understand the price action, go to switch to a different pair where you understand the price action. And to me, you know, my gold, well, last week was a gold, GJGU, USD CAD, and EU made sense. This was the buy on EU, by the way, for me. And like I said, it didn't go. I wanted this buy to go all the way to here, taking out this liquidity. It didn't do that. It just went up, got my partials, and then it just killed me. By the time I woke up, it was already freaking here. So whatever. All right. Mike says if very clean, change the screen. That is an awesome saying. I'm gonna start saying that. Yeah, US announcing exactly. There was some announcement. Treasury, was it?
Well, Mr. Magoo was speaking today too. So
not today. We're talking about Friday.
Oh, well, yeah, you speak Friday too.
Friday drop. Oh, Powell?
No, our president.
Oh. Okay. Bitcoin, yeah, we talked about it. NFTs, anyone want to talk NFTs? No.
As in not fucking trading? No.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, like I said, you can find us on Instagram, and I'm gonna be gone for the next Furious Monday, but I'll prepare something special for the week after.
Thanks, guys.
And always appreciate you. Thank you for being here, especially the troopers that are still staying on.
Absolutely.
Is there anyone from like Europe or somewhere where it's like middle of the night right now that's on the stream still?
No, we always have a good Jamaican show up.
You are the fucking warriors. You like, I don't know how you do it. You're probably young too, but I appreciate each and every one. Stay blessed. Stay
Portugal. Beautiful. You know, that's another bucket list country I need to go to is Portugal.
Yeah, never been.
I've heard they don't have capital gains tax. I'm not sure if that's true, but I've heard it's really low. Is that true?
We've been to London.
Yeah.
Remember we've been to London? We've been to London.
Absolutely. Been to London. I love London. I actually found a job there when we went.
Shit. What,
then COVID happened.
Cardiol?
No, right downtown in London. I can't remember. Actually, I probably still have the email.
Oh, nice. See you, Mike. All right, guys and girls, reach out on Instagram if you want anything. Let's kill it next week.
We're both traveling tomorrow, right? You're out.
I'm traveling Wednesday. Tomorrow I'll still be
Wednesday.
on for my guys. Yeah.
I'm leaving Wednesday morning.